dreamed I was catching passes from you last night.
Uh-oh.
I know.
I don't know what that means.
It's going to be a good day, man.
Let's go! Let's go!
Ooh, got a free play.
Nice job, boys. Way to hang in there. All day, just like that.
Tonight's the night. Man, we put it in. Every one of you, man.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go, D. Will.
Sack lunch, right here, sack lunch. Num, 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 num.
Yeah!
Yes, 400.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, hop on.
All right, another Wednesday, another Kurt's Top 3. Let's welcome back our Hall of Fame QB, Kurt Warner. Kurt, in a weekend full of great matchups, what made your list?
Well, MJ, it's funny, right? We're down to 4 games, only kind of 8 quarterback storylines. You think, oh, it may be tough to find them. But that's the beautiful thing about playoff time is every game, every quarterback, you could bring a storyline to the table. Well, one storyline that I realized when I was playing that until you reach the pinnacle, you can prove whatever you want to prove, but there's always something else to prove. And so I'm looking at Baker Mayfield against Patrick Mahomes, right? Baker, they went out and they, got one of those demons off of their back last week and beating Pittsburgh when nobody really gave them a chance. But ho-hum, doesn't matter. That was great. It's over. Now you got to beat the Super Bowl champions. Can Baker come back and lead his team to another win on the road? That is a huge storyline for me. Storyline number 2 is going to be Aaron Rodgers against that number 1 ranked Rams defense, right? Aaron Donald coming after you every single snap, knowing that he's a difference maker, always in the back of your head as a quarterback. You're going to have Jalen Ramsey on your number 1 guy in Davante Adams. You may have to depend on other guys to make plays. Can those other guys step up for you and help get you to a championship game? Can't wait to watch that one. And then, of course, what everybody is paying attention to, the number 1 storyline is Tom Brady against Drew Brees. I mean, we haven't seen this often, and we may not ever see this again. So everybody is going to be tuned into this one. 2 of the greatest to ever play the game in the biggest moment that they've ever faced each other in a matchup where Tom Brady's already been swept during the regular season by the Saints. Can the Saints make it a three-peat against Tom Brady? I mean, so many great storylines in this one, but it's headed by those 2 guys, and this weekend is headed by those 2 guys.
Kurt, you're absolutely right. I would imagine it's actually tougher to dwindle it down to 3 because we're in January football now. It's playoffs. No matchup is an easy one. Kurt, thank you. And I can't wait to start another crazy weekend with you and the Game Day Morning Crew Saturday at noon right here on the NFL Network.
On 3rd and 9, Jackson to throw. Steps up, pocket collapsing, he escapes. Piece of the 40-yard line, 35-30, Lamar Jackson to the 20, leg race, 10, 5, Signalist touchdown. On 3rd and 9, he takes it to the house.
We're not done yet, but that's a heck of a run.
If you don't have the Ravens-Bills game highlighted, then just let me remind you of these 2 quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. 2 different QBs, but just as tough to stop. For more on this game, here's Kim Jones.
Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson are part of the same draft class in 2018. A year ago, their teams played, and Lamar's Ravens won by 7. And now on Saturday, they meet again with a spot in the AFC Championship game at stake. It's clear Allen has a lot of respect for Jackson.
He's just one of those special guys that obviously they've been having success. He's had a lot of success so far early in his career, and I root heavily for him, just knowing what he went through his first year and how he's been able to do it and how humble and how awesome he is off the field. He's just one of those guys you root for, and it's hard to not root for him when you're playing against him. But, we're enemies on Saturday, and we both know that. But, he's just one of those guys, again, I can't say enough about just how good of a dude he is, and makes you love him that much more on the field.
Bills defensive coordinator Leslie Frazier summed up the Lamar challenge by saying this: gotta watch the tight ends, gotta tackle well in space, and you have to go into this understanding that tape doesn't do Lamar Jackson justice.
All right, I would think the Ravens and Bills are pretty happy with how the first round of the 2018 draft went down. 30 wins, 85 touchdowns, and an MVP award for Action Jackson. 28 wins, 92 touchdowns, and an MVP caliber 2020 season for Josh Allen. You want a little more on these two? All right, let's get to Baldy's breakdown. Brian Baldinger, our friend here on the show and one of the best Twitter follows for film study without question. But Baldy, why is it so difficult to stop or defend Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen once these plays break down?
Well, they're really athletic. They really do a great job of keeping their eyes down the field and keeping plays alive. But they also still remind you, MJ, that they're only 24 and they're just beginning. And there was examples early in the games, I think last weekend, where you said, okay, this is what still has to be developed. I mean, on this 3rd and 7 right here in the red zone, he's got J.K. Dobbins open right there, and he's got Mark Andrews coming on a pivot route. He doesn't really see any of them. He takes a sack, and they settle for the field goal. And Josh Allen, it was the same thing. I mean, Brian Dable draws up this play where he's got 2 safety valves. In case things don't work out, your protection breaks down, get it to the safety valve, he takes a sack. But they are so athletic here. I mean, on this play, the Tennessee Titans actually have a great defense on 3rd and 9. They've got 2 safeties back there that are spying Lamar Jackson. Their job is just to keep him in that box right there, keep him from running for the first down. But, once he gets into the open prairies and he hits, 5th gear, like nobody in Tennessee could touch him until he hit that pylon to tie the score up, in that part of the field. And then it was the same thing with Josh Allen here. I mean, if he doesn't like what he sees on the outside right here, and he thinks that there's an exit where he can go pick up a big chunk and 12 yards and a first down, he's simply going to take it, and he did that a bunch. And then what really makes him difficult to defend here is while they're great runners, MJ, they are looking to pass. I mean, right here, you've got a Dory Jackson coming screaming off the edge. All Lamar does is to simply back up, outrun him, keep his eyes down the field, and find his favorite target, Mark Andrews, for 17 yards. You really can't defend that right there. And it's the same thing here with Josh Allen, who did this repeatedly against the Colts. I mean, it's like squeezing Jell-O, right? I mean, he's going to come out somewhere. And he does to the left-hand side, and Gabriel Davis has his hands up. He squares up his shoulder, and then just with the flick,